Hello, we are Gene and Betsy Peacock. So sorry we couldn't be with you in person for this presentation, but due to a phoebe that nested in our deck and shared its bird mites with us, we have other business that we need to attend to.
However, we really wanted to share with you a very special place that we enjoy. Just 5 miles south of us is Eagle Bluffs, located in the Missouri River Valley. And it's a place where, being on the river, it has a variety of things that we can watch there. Because it's so close, we can explore it at different seasons, different times of day, different kinds of weather. And by doing so, we've been able to track a wonderful variety of birds and other creatures just doing their natural routines, from fishing and hunting and mating and some of their funny ritual dances. So we invite you to enjoy this presentation and share with us some of our special experiences.
Eagle Bluffs is a 4,431-acre area developed by the Missouri Conservation Department to help offset the loss of nearly 90% of Missouri's historic wetlands. In the 1990s, the City of Columbia entered into an agreement with the Department of Conservation that allowed for the use of the city's treated wastewater as a primary resource for Eagle Bluffs Conservation Area. The city's recycled water provides a near constant flow of water to the wetland pools, but river pumps supplement the supply when the area needs exceed the flow from the city. From a deck high above the Katy Trail, a cross-state rail-to-trail path, one overlooks the Eagle Bluffs Conservation Area as it stretches to the Missouri River and the rocky bluffs on the far west side. The area's wetland pools, acres of moist soil marshes, and crop fields provide varied wildlife habitat, making excellent viewing potential year-round. Eagle Bluffs is just a quick backcountry road drive from our home, so it doesn't take much for us to hop in the car and visit year-round, checking to see what all is going on. Often we slowly drive the gravel road meandering through the marshes, sometimes hiking the paths atop the extensive diking with a stretch of Katy Trail along the bluff. In the winter and early spring, when bugs and briar tangles are not so annoying, we explore the woodlands bordering the Missouri River and Perchy Creek. Each visit, it seems, there's a new nature surprise awaiting us. Not only is the spotting of a new bird rewarding, for us it's even more exciting to witness close-up behaviors, interactions, performances, not only of the birds, but of other creatures as well. In this first part of the presentation, we will share with you some of our favorites. Although it's the birds we feature predominantly, we'll give you glimpses of some others as well. We usually think of our time at Eagle Bluffs as a time to experience the peace in nature. However, sometimes we are visibly reminded that much of nature activity is not so peaceful. A more gentle scene would be parent Canadian geese raising their goslings. We were surprised to discover this spring that some pairs of geese had chosen rocky cliffs for their nesting location, chosen for the idea it might be a safer place from predators. We saw two of these, one a rocky ledge above the treetops, the other in a cave on a sheer rock face above the Katy Trail, right next to the busy interstate bridge crossing the Missouri River.
Maybe not. No, maybe not.
As the sun goes down, the ponds pick up the reflection, often a rose glow, to lay the palette for nocturnal muskrat or beaver swims and house building. As well as the patient fishing of coons. The second part of our presentation features more in-depth displays of action, interaction, and behaviors representing 5 bird groups: bald eagles, short-eared owls, sandhill cranes. True to the name Eagle Bluffs, eagles are spotted through the year. We have located 3 nests, keeping a watchful eye on the various activities, especially during the spring nesting time. Yet it's been winter that we have witnessed some of our more unique sightings. Late January, a partially frozen pond made ideal fishing conditions for eagles, together with dozens of migrating gulls. One day, we witnessed an eagle combat in the air, sparring, grasping claws. Another time, we were able to spot the actual mating of a pair. The dominance of the eagle's size, power of their flight, commanding confidence of their presentation seems to demand appreciation and respect. Winter is also a time when the short-eared owls hunt in the south wetland marsh. They too come out at dusk, swiftly sweeping across the grasses. They display agile twists and sudden dives as they locate small birds and rodents to feed on. The awesome migration of thousands of sandhill cranes draws audiences to the Platte River of Nebraska, the Southwest, Indiana, and you may be seeing them in the east. We had traveled to the Platte River Watch several years ago, and before that witnessed a huge migrating flock of sandhills landing in a cornfield a mile from our Indiana farm. But sandhills had not been spotted at Eagle Bluffs until a year or so ago when 6 of them came and decided to take up residence. We did not know that until this year, but throughout this winter have been treated to a number of close-up personal shows of these magnificent birds. Snow geese are hardly novelties to anyone in the birding community. However, as huge a nuisance as they can be, skies filled with their dramatic weaving chains and haunting calls can be an awesome experience. We had an especially memorable experience with snow geese several years ago. A very quiet afternoon in February, we were filming a couple of ducks lazing in a quiet pool when all of a sudden a huge dark gray cloud appeared from the south. 20 minutes later, they were gone. Our final bird feature, one migration that most definitely comes through Eagle Bluffs, is that of the American white pelican. Groups of hundreds, sometimes thousands, pass through from February through April. Charming audiences for their well-choreographed flights, syncopated feeding, and preening. One February afternoon, 2 years ago, we witnessed a sight we will never forget. Again, a quiet, gray afternoon in the wetlands, when we retreated to the entire migration stop from arriving to leaving of one large group on their migration journey. The wetlands were quiet, overcast. From the northwest, snaking high above the distant bluffs, vague undulating threads, pushing into the wetland skies in waves, gliding with the thermals and overlapping arcs and chains. Hundreds of pelicans. Descending to the wetlands, arcs straightened into two parallel lines, gradually lowering with a graceful ebb and flow below the tree line to rest with others among the marsh grasses. Pelicans are social birds, do almost everything together. Nest, hunt, fish. They force fish into shallow waters by beating their wings on the surface and scooping them up. Their large pouch can hold several gallons of water, we're told, but not used for food storage, rather nature designed for catching fish and draining the water out. They had rested and fed. It was time to move on. One by one they found their places in line, and the line wove above the grasses, through the treetops, stretching for miles, lifting to chains and arcs above the distant bluffs. Once again they were on their journey.